Hello everyone, welcome to our talk show, the Rajendra Mehta Show. And today we have a special guest, Mr. Akshay Toshniwal. And I welcome Mr. Akshay. Welcome to our talk show, Akshay. How are you?
Thank you. Thank you so much, Rajendra. It's an absolute pleasure to be here. I'm doing good. Thank you so much. How about you? How are you
Yeah,
doing?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. You can see that, this is quite a good place I found, and I am really enjoying it. And it's looking forward to have an interactive talk with you. So
Same here.
Akshay, I
Yeah.
wanted to know about you, what you do, and you quite your good achievement in AI, right? So I wanted to know about you, what you do, and how's your day-to-day activity.
Of course, of course, of course. Thank you. Thank you so much, Rajendra. So, talking about me, I've done my master's MS in artificial intelligence and data management from the University of Nantes, which is in France. And then I came back to India. I worked for a startup for a few years. Currently, I'm working for Mindtree as a technical lead in the AI, ML, and data analytics domain. Besides that, I'm also an AI creator at TopCoder. TopCoder is nothing but it's a global community of designers, developers, and data scientists. So it helps people network, share their knowledge, and collaborate. And I'm also an associate editor at the AI Times Journal. So I like a lot of things like meeting new people. Like we just met on LinkedIn. So meeting new people, networking with them, knowing about their experiences. And besides that, I also love content creation. So you must have seen that I proactively
Yes.
actually use LinkedIn. I'm quite active over there. I try to create content of my own, sometimes curate content. So and my focus lies into AI ML because that particular field drives me a lot. When I did my masters, it was quite interesting and fascinating for me that how this automation kind of thing works, how a bot replies to your messages very. So all of that was quite fascinating. So when I went deep into that, when I researched about it, and I made up my mind that okay, I want to make a future in this particular area, and that's how my AI journey started.
That is amazing, I would say. But
Yeah,
you have a quite good start, I would say. You said you learned from France, you said, right?
yeah, correct, yes.
Yeah, you have your degree, then you got a job, you exploring, you are a curate, and you are a writer as well, you said. But let's
Hmm.
say if somebody wanted to start their career, right? So what is
Hmm.
your piece of advice to them, how they can do that? And according to you, what is AI?
Okay, okay. So see, just summarizing it in a very brief manner, AI is one of the biggest domain that comes under technology right now. It's a buzzword. Every organization wants to be AI driven. They want to have that intelligence capability in
Mhm.
their systems, in their products, services, whatever they offer. But when we talk about AI in one word or in a single statement, I would like to say that it's actually mimicking the human behavior. That's it. So
Okay.
right now, if we are talking, and if say for example, Zoom has some AI capabilities, it
Right.
automatically transcribes whatever you speak, right? It
Right.
automatically generates that captions. So that is
Uh-huh.
nothing but understanding your speech, understanding your voice. That is one part of AI. Now, AI consists of many domains. It consists of machine learning, deep learning. It also consists of computer vision, natural language processing, that's NLP.
Right.
CV and NLP are such domains that are gaining a lot of traction currently, and it has a great future, 10 years, 15 years down the line. So
Right.
it's all about, making vision, emotions, actions, all of these things in automated manner, similar to what we humans do. So a computer doesn't understand vision, but
Mm-hmm.
today with the help of camera integrations, with the help of object detection and all these kind of systems, even computers and systems, they're capable of identifying objects. So all this, boils down under one particular area, and that area is artificial intelligence. So that's how it is. And talking about say for example, if someone wants to start off right from the scratch,
Right.
I would suggest the very first thing that you need to do is that explore first as much as you can, because this particular field that is all about, which is AI, machine learning, and analytics. It is more on the research oriented side as well.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so it's not like you develop one product and you deliver it and your work is done. It doesn't happen that way in the AI industry.
Uh-huh.
There's a lot of ongoing research. So one product that you've developed with some AI capabilities, that can be improved 10 times, 100 times, only with the help of research, understanding how the algorithms work, understanding what is going behind the scenes. So that's how it works. So I would suggest start off with the core concepts, which is statistics, basic mathematics, I would say. Please don't fall under the trap that you need to be a
Yeah.
mathematical genius or you
Yeah.
need to be a statistician. It's nothing like that. Okay, you need to know the core concepts, like what is linear algebra,
Right.
mean median mode, the central limit theorem of in statistics. Very core and basic concepts. If you know that, your learning happens throughout the journey. You
Right.
see, because it's a challenging area, and
Right.
sometimes you'll feel that you're not able to grasp anything. But if you keep on moving ahead, you'll be able to master that field. So that's how you can start off. Like, so first you begin with your math and statistics,
Hmm.
then you choose any one programming language. That can be anything.
Yeah.
That can be R, that can be Python, that can
Python.
be Java. But a highly recommended and suggested programming language is definitely Python. Huge community support, open source, variety of packages and libraries that are there. So that helps you, complete your work in a matter, in a few lines of code, basically. So that you can fix out, and then you can actually solve some problems. Okay, so that's how you need to follow.
Oh, that's rightly you said that we need to solve some business problem. We need to know
Right,
that what kind of different business problem will come into your way, right? So I
right.
also created one of the video where they can get a different data set, top five website from where they can get a data set to work on the data science project. I'm going to share that soon. But you
Mhm.
rightly said that they should have that approach. They should
Correct.
start learning towards the statistics. They should not be a genius, but they should know the fundamental of it, right? So
Right.
rightly said that, because a lot of people, when they talk about data science, machine learning, AI, they just simply thought about the neural network or NLP, AI,
Ah,
and those fancy things, right? But
correct.
you need to start from the scratch. You do not need to be genius, but you need to start learning those concepts
Right.
today or tomorrow. If you're doing, keep learning those concepts,
Absolutely.
you'll be good with it, right?
Correct.
Great. So, like in your journey, how you have started, and what was the different challenges you have faced, which you wanted to share with our learners? So, billions or millions of life can be impacted from that, right? So, wanted to
Definitely.
know your journey, man.
Definitely, for sure. So, as I said, I started as a web developer. Previously, I developed a website for my college where I was doing my bachelor's. I had developed a very small basic website for the college, for the core society. So that website development was quite fascinating at that time, because you design stuff and you have the flexibility to design it your way. Because at those time, websites, e-commerce, being having a business online, all those things were quite fascinating. I'm talking about the year 2013 and 14, all that time. So I and along with our a group of friends, we used to be quite fascinating that how this colors are given, how this animation is given. So I started my journey with web development, and after that I pursued my master's. And then I thought that, okay, technology is not just having a website of your own.
Right.
It is quite advanced, and you need to go deep dive into that. So then I started off with AI. Now, as I did my master's, one habit that I started implementing was reading research papers.
Okay.
Now, many students do not have this habit, but I would recommend and suggest, if you're in your graduation or you're doing a postgrad, or even if you're a working professional, have a habit of reading.
Okay.
Reading is one of the best habit that you can gain. It's not mandatory to read only research papers. You read blogs, articles, watch videos, but you read and imbibe some sort of knowledge
Uh-huh.
of that particular area. Say you want to make a future in AI and ML. So just understand that what are the current trends right now going on. Okay, because see, it won't be good if you know that what happened 10 years ago in AI. It will not serve the purpose. You need
Right.
to know what is happening now and what may happen in the future. And this kind of approach, this kind of mindset, you will this this thought process will only come when you actually read. So you need to read a lot, I would say. So I started implementing that sort of habit, that whatever trends that are ongoing in the AI industry, research papers, and things like that, I started reading them. And then slowly I started understanding what machine learning is, why these sort of algorithms are used, what is deep learning, why it got actually started.
Right.
Because machine learning was doing all the work a few
Right.
years back, but then all of a sudden something new concept came into picture, which was termed as deep learning.
Hmm.
So you need to understand that why deep learning came in the first place, and
Right.
only then you'll be able to actually build something in that particular area. So that's how it all started. And I had got a good opportunity to publish one paper, which was not implementing a new algorithm or something. It was a literature review in a business journal.
Uh-huh.
And as I went on for my masters there, I got an opportunity to work 6 months on a training project which was completely based on machine learning. So all these kind of work helped me gain that knowledge in the AIML industry. As Rajendra also pretty well said, that once you start business problems, once you start solving those business problems, you will automatically understand that how things are working in the industry and what the industry is expecting out of you.
Right.
See, creating a function in Python doesn't take long. You can
Right.
get that code snippet right on Stack Overflow. You can get it in Google.
Yeah.
But how you implement it, what is the logic behind that? Okay, and once you have inferred something, like once you have derived certain kind of outcome, how do you interpret it? That interpretation is very important.
Right.
So that's how it all started. And as I said, I started from web development, then I went to designing, and then currently I'm being into AIML and analytics.
So I'll put down this talk, in a way that from a web development to a data science successful career, how you can do that. You need to watch this one. And you rightly said you have all the weapons, right? You know all the things,
Correct.
but how you can apply those concepts, how you can
That is
do
important.
application, how it is business problem solving approach, you have it, right? That
Hmm.
is what you need to learn. Otherwise, all the tools, technologies are available to you. And
Absolutely.
machine learning is not quite new term. It is invented in 1950s, then again it come into the boom in 1970s, and then now it is again in the boom, right? Because
Right.
we have a lot of data to deal with, and every
Right.
company, every industry is looking for expert or people who can do application of machine learning, right? So
Absolutely.
you rightly
Absolutely.
said that you need to know those weapons, how you can use that, right?
Right.
So that's amazing. So you said that you publish a research, and you also go through some research papers. So any of the website or blogs you want learners to go through, I'll be definitely put down those things in our comment section as well. But
Sure.
if you can talk about it, or any three resources where you can say that okay, people can go learn and explore it.
Okay. Boiling down to three resources is quite difficult. I'll
Right.
try to still summarize it. Okay. Now, the number one resource that I love about gaining AIML knowledge is obviously I get it from YouTube. Bunch of amazing videos, great resources. You're freely available. You do not
Right.
have to pay anything on YouTube. Obviously, it's open source, so you can just go there and view it. Second, there's a Medium blog which is called as Towards Data Science.
Right.
I'm sure many data science professionals, students must be aware of that. That is one particular resource. And then you have Kaggle, definitely. So,
Right.
if you have that coding instinct and you directly want to jump into coding,
Right.
without reading anything, Kaggle is the best place. You
Right.
get the data set, you get the codes, you get a blog, and there's a network of people again over there where you can,
You
chat
can
with them,
compete as
collaborate
well.
with
You
them.
can compete as well.
You can compete as well, definitely. That's one of the best thing, because
Yeah.
as soon as you have that competitive instinct,
Yeah.
so you try to perform better, or maybe you try to learn more things, so that
Yeah.
because you want to perform better than others, right?
Right.
So Kaggle is one great source. Then you've got Analytics Vidya.
Hmm.
Then one of the platform that I am the AI creator at, which is TopCoder. So
Okay.
TopCoder, as I said, they have a community of around 1.6 million people all
Awesome.
over social media. So they
Uh-huh.
are on LinkedIn, Twitter, and everywhere. And they have their blogs. Even they have competitive programmings. They have some sort of gig work and a lot of things. So
Mhm.
TopCoder is also one great resource that you can look up to and try to solve some sort of business problems, understand how things work, and so on and so forth. So
Oh, that's awesome. I would say a lot of resources you had provided. I'm gonna list down this whole thing in comment section
of
so
course,
everyone can get an fair idea about it and they can go and start learning on it. So everyone, I would recommend it that if you wanted to make a career and if you need any support from me or Akshay, we gonna be definitely gonna be there. You can write down your questions, query, concern in your comment section, and
definitely.
we'll definitely reach out to you. I'm gonna post Akshay's LinkedIn profile, his blog session, and his detail as well, so you can reach out to him as well. So Akshay, moving towards, I have another questions for you.
Sure, sure.
Uh, you are into a leadership role, right? So when we talk about the IC role, individual contributor, and we are into a leadership role in
Mhm.
data science, what could be the base difference between these two things? What you observe as a lead data science?
Okay. Now, see, what I observe as a lead data scientist is, or as a technical lead, is that your focus shifts from development, getting an outcome, to actually interpreting the results and solving a business problem.
Right.
Because the thing is, see, a developer mindset is different. Getting a solution mindset is different, you see. I mean, it can be interconnected, but both the
Right.
mindsets are different.
Right.
So that shift is really very important.
Okay.
Okay. And that's why it is important that whatever you have developed, and that's why we say that whatever you have developed, think from the end user perspective.
Right.
Don't think from the developer's perspective, because if you're thinking from the developer perspective, you're not going to find any mistakes in that. But
Right.
as soon as you start thinking from the end user's perspective,
Right.
you'll notice that the system has a lot more capability to improve.
Uh-huh.
And you'll understand that, okay, this particular system is only serving one purpose, but it can solve many other things which can help the business in many different ways.
Right.
So that's what I think is important. And that's what I found it the difference, based on my journey in AI and ML. So at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what algorithm you're using, how you have modeled, where you have deployed, nothing matters.
Mm-hmm.
What matters at the end of the day is how that problem is getting solved. Is that the most effective solution? Is that the most optimal solution? And is that solution actually helping the business, generate maybe
Right.
a better revenue, better traction of users, something like that? So at the end of the day, it should lead to some how can say some
Outcome.
positive
Outcome. There should be outcome. There should be a
exactly,
data driven
and
decision,
an
right?
outcome that
It should
actually is fruitful for the business. Because
fruitful for the
and
business, right?
trust me, it doesn't matter
Yeah.
if there's a predictive analytic solution,
Yeah.
and even if you're using a linear regression model,
Right.
and if that is serving the business, that is the best model that you have. You do not have
Even
to
you
put
can do it
precision
in
tree and
Excel
random
as well.
forest.
I heard that you can do
Yeah,
it in Excel as well, right? And
yeah,
linear
definitely,
regression is not a rocket science. I would like to tell all the
absolutely,
learners, it's
absolutely.
just a line equation y is equal to mx plus c.
Plus, see, that's it.
Already learn in 10th or 12th standard. So
Correct.
this is not something fancy thing how it was approaching, but this is something you just need to explore it. Once you
Right.
will start learning those things, the only thing is, the knowing, a fear of knowing something new. If you already understand, if you and you learn from the right people, I would say there would not be any challenges. So I always, Akshay, I share with my learners that the subject you hate the most, it is the reason behind the way it was taught to you,
Correct.
or the way
Absolutely.
you approach the thing, or you learn, right? So
You're
if
right.
you correct that, or you learn from
Mhm.
a person, or you learn by your own self as well,
Mhm,
so
mhm.
then there would be a way that you start loving that subject instead of
Correct.
hating
That
it.
will make a difference.
Yeah, people are having a fear of statistics, people are having a fear of mathematics, people are having a fear of
No.
coding
No.
after so many years of experience. So people like
Mhm.
you can definitely give a lot of input over there, right?
Right.
Where they can start their journey without any fear, and they can be a successful person.
Absolutely.
You said
Absolutely.
you are a developer, right? You web developer, and you create your career in data science. So there is a way. Yeah, there
Absolutely,
is a way.
absolutely. So I'll tell you, even if you're from a mechanical background and you
Right.
want to switch to data science, you have the best future.
Mhm.
Why? Because you have that domain knowledge of mechanics.
Right.
And the future is going to be of those people who doesn't who see the future will not be of people who know coding, who know math, who know stats.
Right.
The future will be of those people who have certain domain knowledge. If
Right.
you are from a retail background or from a finance background, say for
Right.
example, you know everything about investments and trading
Mhm.
in stock market and different fund portfolios.
Right.
And if you apply that domain knowledge in any artificial intelligence or machine learning capabilities, there is no better person than you in the coming future. That's what the future is going to be. So
That
you
there
need,
could be a forecasting tools they can develop,
yeah,
right?
absolutely. So along with this programming, statistical, mathematical, you need to have a domain specific knowledge.
Right.
That domain specific knowledge will stand you apart from the crowd. Let me tell you this, because today everyone is in a race to become a data scientist.
Right.
Yeah. And to be very honest, that scientist word that comes with a lot of hard work, efforts, and
Right.
investment of time, money, everything. So you need to have that domain specific knowledge. If you have that, you're already standing apart from the crowd, and you will get that preference in the future. That's how it
No,
will
Akshay,
be.
you are rightly said. To be honestly saying, I really, approach different research paper, different learnings, because everybody should get a right advice at right time, right? So
Correct.
now industry is moving towards this thing, domain knowledge, which is important because you have a data, you have everything, tools and technique, but you don't know where to move, right? If you are a healthcare expert, healthcare domain, or banking,
Correct.
finance, or telecom domain, you need to know those concept behind it, right? Or you
Right.
can develop those concept, but you need to define that domain and you need to work upon it. You become an SME, subject matter expert into that as well, right?
Correct.
So the
Correct.
opportunities are bright. I really agree with you and appreciate you list down this point as well. I really appreciate that. All
Great.
right,
Thanks.
then Akshay, I would, it was quite an interesting discussion. So I'll wrap up the entire talk. You said that you need to
Sure.
be expert in a domain. You need to be, do not require a prior knowledge of anything, but you need to have that learning approach to learning, let's say coding,
Right.
statistics, maths. You should have that approach to learn the things, right? That
Correct.
would make your life easy. Third thing you said is you should go for a blog. You should go for do some projects, do some hands-on experience on it, and can get a fair idea about it, right? And fifth thing is anyone can do it, but you should
Right.
have that learning approach and learning journey,
Right.
right?
Absolutely.
So definitely we're gonna put down this all points in our comment section as well, so and description, so everybody will get a fair idea about it. So Akshay, thank you so much for joining our show, and we're really
Sure.
grateful to have you today. Thank you so much, Akshay.
It was an absolute pleasure, Rajendra. Thank you so much for having me. It was really an honor. And I hope whoever watches the video, they get an insight. They understand that if you want to make a career in AI/ML, you do not need any, there is no prerequisites for it. You
Right.
just need one thing, which is that learning mindset and that ability, that capability to solve some problems. That's it. So all the best to all. And thank you so much, Rajendra, for having me. Thank you.
Most welcome, Akshay. Take care, Akshay. Bye. Thank you,
Sure. Bye
everyone.
bye. Take care, you too. Thank you so much.